Hello, my name's Amy Smith, and I am going to share with you today a really quick video tutorial on sky replacement. Photoshop has come out with so many really cool and amazing and well done artificial intelligence, basically things that are happening, and this is just one that I've recently discovered, and you may know about it, you may not, but I wanted to share it because it is so simple. It's almost a one-click sky replacement for your images if you need that. So what I have here is a really cute picture of a dad and his little boy. Due to scheduling and so forth, the only time they could come for pictures were during the day, mid-sun, high blaring sun. So I had to shoot a lot of backlit images so that they didn't have squinty eyes the entire time. So I'm having to do quite a bit of editing, bringing up shadows, bringing up some things. So this image actually started out as this. As you can see, they're quite dark. Mom was in the picture, but I thought it would be super cute since she's kind of off to the side and not really part of it, that if I removed her, it could just be dad and little boy. So that's where I got it to so far, and then now I'm going to take it into Photoshop because the sky, it's not necessarily blown out, but it lost a lot of detail. There were some clouds, not really much at all. It was a very bluebird sky, and hardly any clouds to add some interest. So I am going to take this into Photoshop and show you a really quick, easy way to add a sky. So here we are in Photoshop. I already had it pulled up. And what I'm going to do, what I always do when I come into Photoshop is I have the background, I have the actual image, and then I always do a duplicate layer. So in case I screw it up, I'm not actually messing up the actual first image that I brought in. Not destroying any pixels, that kind of stuff. So, quick and easy, we're going to go up here to Edit in the drop down and hit Sky Replacement. There's our one click. It is generating the sky replacements. Photoshop already has a whole bunch of skies in here to add. If you hit the little drop down arrow right there, there's a folder of blue skies, there's a folder of spectacular skies, and there is a folder of sunsets. I have also, down here there's a little plus symbol. You can import your own sky images and make folders and group them into folders, which is super cool. So that's something you may want to do. I am going to be using something from the blue skies. So this picture right here, that's basically what it was that day. Nothing but blue sky. But I want something a little different, a little more interesting. So make sure when you choose a sky, obviously you want it to be not super sharp. If your sharp part of your image, your focal point is your subject, obviously the fall off is going to be everywhere else, including the sky. So this sky wouldn't really work well. Look how sharp those clouds are. It looks weird. So this is the sky I'm going to opt for, and it's not in focus. So that's the one I'm going to be doing, and we can play with it a little bit. So what you can do is shift the edges. If you see, I moved the slider all the way to the left. It kind of really makes the bottom edge where it joins the horizon much more kind of faded, or I don't know what the word is. It just makes it faded. If I do all the way to the right, look at that. It makes it much more defined all the way to the trees. It actually comes onto his head, which that obviously is not what we want. So I liked what it looked like right in the middle, right at 0. So we're going to leave it there. The fade edge, we can go all the way to the right. It kind of fades it, it kind of softens that edge a little bit, or it makes it really kind of a strong transition right there. So I'm going to keep mine up around the right side of the slider in the high 70s, and that softens that transition just a little bit. The brightness, this is the sky adjustment. You can change the brightness. That really kind of puts a shadow on it, and that almost blows it out, which we don't necessarily want to do that, but my image is very bright, middle of the day, so I want it to be congruent with the rest of the scene. So I'm probably going to keep it up in the 70s or so. I got it at 73. Temperature, I am going to warm it up just a little bit. You could go totally blue, make it crazy. You could totally make it glow with the warmth. So I'm going to go right around 11 or so. Scale, it defaults to 100, so it fits in there just right. Now we can go to the left and make it smaller. Obviously that is not going to work. Or we could go all the way to the right and it makes it, come on computer, it makes it enormous. So that is also not what we want. So somewhere here in the middle ground, I kind of liked what it defaulted to at the 100. Right around there, maybe a couple ticks bigger. So there are two blend modes, screen, and it makes it fadey and kind of foggy right here on the transition on the horizon. I don't like that, so I'm going to leave it at multiply. The foreground lighting. Now that's going to be the foreground of the sky, so where it meets the horizon. So we see there it's very light, all the way to the right, it darkens it just a hair bit. I'm going to leave that maybe around 80-ish. The edge lighting, that also, we'll see the extremes here, not much difference. There's a little bit of difference you can see on the trees. There's some highlights there. I kind of like that. And so I'm going to keep that towards the lower end. Color adjustment defaults to 35. We can see what that does. Again, not a lot of difference. So it defaulted to 35. So I'm going to leave it right around there, and that looked fine to me. We can output down here to new layers. So when it comes over to the panel over here, it's all in separate layers. So I just leave it at that as well. So kind of a one-click sky replacement, but you do have some options to play with here. So I'm going to hit OK. It's going to apply it, and then as you see over here in the in this panel over here, it separates it into different layers that you can use accordingly then. So, okay, I'm really happy with that. I think it looks realistic, and I can deal with the color in Photoshop, or I'm going to just take it back into Lightroom, and I am going to play with the colors and so forth there, as opposed to in Photoshop, because it's just, for me, it's a little easier, a little quicker. So here it comes, it's into Lightroom, and you know, Lightroom has the selective sky masks, so we're going to hit that, and we're going to hit the sky. It's detecting the sky, so it's going to find it. It's working, it's working. My computer's being slow today, apparently. One moment. Okay, so it has detected the sky, and you can see when you're in Lightroom and it makes a mask, it's kind of slightly pink. There we can do the check mark. You can tell where it was applied. So I am just going to go down and do some hue saturate. No, I'm just going to work in the temp here a little bit and warm it just a little bit. I'm going to desaturate just a hair because I don't want it to be blindingly, shockingly blue and take away from the image overall. I'm going to decrease the highlights ever so slightly, maybe just -5. And then I think that's about it. I'm not going to play with texture because I don't really want it to be any more pronounced. So there you have it, guys. It's a super quick, almost one-click sky replacement. And I don't think it could get much easier than that. So I hope if you have any questions, give me a shout, drop a comment, and good luck with this. I hope if you haven't discovered this yet, give it a try and keep exploring all the other amazing things that Photoshop can do for you. It's pretty amazing, and I'm discovering new things all the time. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.